Thanks, Ward. A former Harris County priest made quite the impression in court this morning when he showed up in his clerical garments. This, of course, is after images of child pornography were found on his computer back in January.
Everyone enjoys a beautiful summer day in Houston, but with Houston's scorching temperatures becoming even hotter, when are those temperatures too hot?
We're following several big stories this morning, including the path of Tropical Storm Bonnie. It's already stalling efforts to work on that broken oil well in the Gulf. A former Harris County priest showed up in full uniform this morning to court after images of child pornography were found in his computer back in January.
Since the allegations, Martinez has not been able to attend classes that would further his career. He has also been demoted to a night shift jailer from a patrol officer. Police Chief Warman has denied any comment.
Today was Burke's first appearance in court. He remains free on a $20,000 bond. Kelly Brucker, 13 Eyewitness News. President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama have urged the public to visit the Gulf Coast. This as the oil cleanup continues. Now they're vacationing in Florida next month. No word yet on where they plan to stay.
Doctors say that heat-related illnesses and death are up this year from the scorching hot temperatures, so it's important to stay hydrated while outside.
And the widow of a Wharton firefighter killed on the job is in court defending her marriage and her gender.
With back-to-school season in full swing, parents and students are on the hunt for that perfect computer. But why spend thousands of dollars on a brand new one when you can get a refurbished computer for just a fraction of the cost?
Authorities are investigating a deadly double shooting in northwest Harris County. 2 young men were killed. Their bodies were found at the Blue Ash Apartments last.
Brucker has the story. Kelly?
Thanks, Ward. A former Harris County priest made quite the impression in court this morning when he showed up in his clerical garments. This, of course, is after images of child pornography were found on his computer back in January.
Stephen Burke has been charged with 2 counts of possession of child pornography after over 10 pictures of undressed underage girls were found on his computer at St. Anthony the Great Antiochian Orthodox Church in Spring. Court documents show that police were informed about the pictures after Burke's computer was having technical difficulties and undergoing repairs.
They had an IT technician look at the computer, and when he looked at the computer trying to find the file that was deleted that should make it print, he came across all kinds of images that looked to be child pornographic to him.
After the pictures were discovered back in January, Burke was removed as the priest at St. Anthony's, which leaves many wondering why exactly he showed up to court in his clerical garments today. Defense attorney Kim Ogg says this could act against him in court.
The danger that this defendant risks is creating a false impression, not just with court personnel, but should he continue wearing the attire indicating that he's active in the priesthood throughout trial, he'll create a false impression with the jury that then will make his status as a priest relevant.
Burke was taken into custody outside his home in Spring on Wednesday evening after the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force has been forensically examining the computer and the alleged images since January. Officials say that Burke has not been able to give an explanation for the images and that he has been a very uncooperative witness.
You have to remember, individuals who do this kind of thing, individuals who have a predilection for children, are going to place themselves in a situation where they have close access to children.
Today was Burke's first appearance in court. He remains free on a $20,000 bond. Kelly Brucker, 13 Eyewitness News.
An Humble police officer decided to take action into his own hands when he caught a superior cheating on a test last year. Now he is being punished.
If you've got the top of the police cheating on tests, what message does that send?
12-year veteran police officer Joe Martinez has filed a civil rights suit against the city of Humble and 2 of his superior officers. The complaint says that Assistant Chief Curtis Mills allowed a female detective at the department to take a test in his name.
It's very obvious. Joe's picking up the exams, and he looks, and the handwriting on these 2 are the same, and he knows that's not the chief's handwriting. It's the same as this detective's handwriting.
Since April, Department Chief Gary Warman and Mills have retaliated against Martinez.
He made the report anonymously to TCLOS, but it didn't take long at all for Chief Mills to figure out who had reported him.
Since the allegations, Martinez has not been able to attend classes that would further his career. He has also been demoted to a night shift jailer from a patrol officer. Police Chief Warman has denied any comment.
It's absurd. You take one of the most productive officers off the street and you put him on the jail at night.
Allegedly, Warman and Mills cited that Martinez failed to meet the 2-a-day quota for writing tickets. But according to statistics, Martinez has the best arrest record of any patrol officer at the department.
His record on paper, it just doesn't depend on my word or his word, is outstanding. It's amazing. He's done a lot of extra service for the department.
And in spite of it all, Martinez just wants his old position back.
He doesn't want to leave Humble. He lives in Humble. He loves that department.
According to Martinez and Harris, no disciplinary action has been taken towards Mills or the female officer for cheating on the test. Kelly Brucker, 13 Eyewitness News.
Everyone enjoys a beautiful summer day in Houston, but with Houston's scorching temperatures becoming even hotter, when are those temperatures too hot?
With summer already well into August, those sizzling temperatures should be cooling down. But that doesn't seem to be the case, with temperatures lately crawling up into the hundreds. Temperatures that hot can make it unbearable to be outside.
Kind of feels like you're in the oven.
But Houston resident David Webb just wants to get his daily run in, even if it means doing it in this heat.
I have an opportunity to do it now, so that's my window to do it. So if I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it later.
Running in temperatures like that can not only be unbearable, but unsafe.
You're gaining heat from the fact that the ambient temperature is so high that it is overwhelming your body's ability to dissipate heat.
Doctors say that heat-related illnesses and death are up this year from the scorching hot temperatures, so it's important to stay hydrated while outside.
So drinking things that are sport drinks are fine, water is also fine, but keeping enough hydration so that you're making urine regularly.
To avoid heat-related illnesses in these temperatures, doctors say the best thing to do is just to stay inside. Houston resident Courtney Anders found a tastier way to stay cool at Pachugo's Gelato.
I think with ice cream, it's like because it's cold, it's like easier to cool off. Like you're inside and you're eating something cool.
Having a cool treat is a great alternative to spending a day in this heat. But if you're like David and just have to get your run in, it's important to take some precautions.
Try to wear light clothing that won't absorb the sun. Try to have a hat on to keep the sun off of your head. Try to take frequent breaks.
If you begin to feel dizzy or lightheaded while outside, go inside immediately and drink some water. Kelly Brucker, 13 Eyewitness News.
With back-to-school season in full swing, parents and students are on the hunt for that perfect computer. But why spend thousands of dollars on a brand new one when you can get a refurbished computer for just a fraction of the cost?
From the street, Directron looks like any other business in southwest Houston off of Harwin. But when you walk through the front doors, you'll be surprised to find a computer superstore inside. If you continue into the back, you'll find a warehouse of computers and accessories. Further in the back, you'll see many Directron workers adding new parts to old computers to make them as good as new.
We get computers we've already sold to school districts. We bring them back in, we refurbish them, replace them with brand new parts, make sure they're working correctly. We have our own refurbishing team in the back, and we sell them to the public.
At Directron, you can buy a computer for as little as just $85. This includes the keyboard, mouse, and updated software. The monitor is an extra $10, and it comes with a 90-day guarantee.
We test everything before we put it out. So if it's not good, we're not going to put it out there, and if it's bad, we're going to replace it.
On the northwest side of Houston, off of Kempwood at CompuCycle, you can find more deals on refurbished computers.
Computers are from leasing companies and from corporations.
At CompuCycle, you can get the keyboard, mouse, monitor, and operating system all for just $149. This also comes with a 1-year warranty. Off of Bingle Road on the west side of Houston, you can go to Top Tech Experts, where they get their computers from big companies that recycle their old computers every few years.
Cheapest computer will be $100. That will include the computer itself, mouse, the keyboard, all the power cables. We can include a monitor for $10.
All of their computers are internet ready, have antivirus software, and Windows XP.
It's going to come with a full 90-day hardware warranty. It's going to cover parts and labor. And then after the 90 days, up to a year, we'll do all the labor work for free.
The computers from all three companies are all brand names. The majority of them are Dell, IBM, and HP. All the computers have been wiped clean of any personal information from the previous owners. Kelly Brucker, 13 Eyewitness News.